Hey people, how's it going? So this is the new tutorial for the robot. So in this tutorial we do the UV, and this is where we left last time. I did the right and left part of the robot plus the central body. Um, so if you did this from the tutorial, you should be okay to continue with me in this new one. The only thing I did, and I'm gonna show you, it's you see that this preview is a bit more soft, is because I did some bevels. So like this is the base geometry, and it's it's okay, but it's a bit boring. So if you want to make it more interesting, you can add bevels. Right click, and then this is, you go bevel here, and then you do the fraction the way you like, and then you do the same here. You select both the top and the bottom, and then bevel, and if you then do mesh display soften, it looks a bit better, it looks more nice. Maybe this one could also have one. Then you need to rerun it if you make a new bevel soften. So you see it's a bit more, nice. Same thing here. I selected this 4 here, and I do the bevel, and then I do mesh display soften, or from here soften, and you can see it looks a bit more natural. Here same thing, I select all of those, and then I do bevel, and then I do mesh display soften. So I did this. I didn't do it in the other tutorial, but it applies everywhere else. So here there is a bevel, also here you see. And another thing I did that I don't think is from the tutorial. Let's see. Yeah, no, I don't think it's here. Yeah, for sure it's not. I added this thing here. It's like a, I don't know how you call this, but it's this, spiral kind of thing, because without it look a bit too much thin. I wanted to give it a bit more, interest, more silhouette. So the way you create it is, you basically need to do create polygon and helix, and helix is something like this, but then you need to play with the the settings, coils, and then I think it was height, then yeah, you take away a bit of this, otherwise it's too heavy, like this. I think I did radius. Ooh, you see, and more coils. So something like this, and then I just rotate it and make it fit the existing this kind of metal stick kind of thing. Okay, so that's it for if you want to make this exact look, that's how I did it. Okay, so be mindful of the bevels. Where there should be hard corners, you should have a bevel, and yeah, that's it. Okay, so let's do the UVs, shall we? uh, this, so you should have something like this. Okay, so we start from the bottom to the top. UV editor, the UV toolkit here. So when you do the UVs, you need to start with something. So let's take everything and let me see if this already has UVs. No, it's not good. So let's take everything and do create camera based. So now I've got a single UV shell for every object of my, you know, robot. Now another thing I like to do is with all the robots selected, I select everything, I go UV shell select, and then I do modify layout. So now I've got all the objects that I need to work on separate, okay? Um, so let's begin with this one, okay? So this one, I bring it down, and let's see if I can. I don't know if I can do this. Yeah, it should be okay, so we can see both. Yeah, so basically this is a cylinder, so it unfolds, in the way we did. So let's do a cut, cut, and you have this separated now from this. So now probably I will run another cut on the top to give it more relaxed. Cut. Now I'm left with these two that are okay, but this one needs another cut, and I will add it in the bottom. In the back, so it's not visible to the camera. Okay. And now I can select all of them, and I do modify, unfold, and you got this kind of, you got three things like this, and you can make a smile. Take a look. Awesome. So let's go. This one basically is the same idea of this one, but it's a bit more longer. So let me make it bigger so we see better. So same thing, top, bottom, cut, and I do cut, okay? And again, we got the central bit and the bottom and the top face. Now again, I want to make another cut that goes. But actually, yeah, good thing. Now, this dude here, we see only these faces, isn't it? So we actually don't need the two tops, isn't it? So you can delete them. So you can either go UV shell, select both, and then do like this, or from the object mode you do face, and you could do, like this, and remove it, and also the bottom here, because at the end you don't see it, so why should we use UV space for nothing? So cool. Now I just need to do one cut, super easy. Cut, and I do modify, unfold. Okay, this is done. Now this one, basically this one is the same as this one, so I could potentially, take this one, Control D, move it up, and scale it. Then one thing you need to do is probably remove the other one first, and we have it. Take a look. It's cool. Probably I would like to add maybe another bevel here, because otherwise it looked a bit strange. And I don't think the bevel will ruin my UVs. Oh no, it did. I should do the bevel before the UV. So let's do it here, okay? I select this bevel, I do a bevel, and then I select this one and I do cut sᴜ, and then I select this one and I do cut cut, and then I do modify, unfold, and I'm back with that. But we need to make another cut here. Cut. Sorry, this was unexpected, but hopefully you understand what's going on. I wanted to add another bevel, and doing the bevel kinda messed up my UVs, but you know, I decided to rework them instead of making a new projection. So anyway, it's the same setup, but I just have another bevel. So you should do the bevel first and then the UVs. But sometimes it happens that you forget one, so you might find yourself in this kind of situation. So now the UVs are done for the bottom. I just duplicate this and put it on the top, and it's like this. Cool. So we are good to go. Take a look. This is the same as this one, but as I did the scale operation, this is not gonna be the same. So if you go to the object channel box here, you can see there are some scale things going on. So when you do the UVs, it's good habit to freeze the transformations. Now in this case I had to address this thing, and so it's fine. So it might happen that you have to, you know, kind of skip or kind of reallocate steps in the workflow, but is good habit to delete history, which is this one thing you see. Basically, history is what you did in in your modeling process. Anyway, UV are part of the history, you see, cut and everything. So when you do UVs, you will have a clean model because you delete the history, but then the history will keep building because you are doing UV operation. So remember that is good to always delete history and freeze transformation. So in this case, I to go back to what I was saying before, we have the same UVs of this because they are basically the same shape, but I did some scaling on this one, so it's not really the same now. And you can see I've got some scale and translate. So the translate won't really affect the UV, but the scale will. So I need to, in this case, freeze the transformation. So everything goes back to scale 1 and everything else is 0. And then I need to reselect this and I do unfold from here, unfold. So you see that this is actually different from this. Let's see. This is a bit more chunky than this because, you know, I did some scale thing. Anyway, let's keep going. So I do the leg. They're quite small. So let's see the leg here. Okay. I don't want to remove the top part because I've got, you know, actually it's visible. To fix this problem, I could create another cylinder and rotate it and place it here like this, and then I make it smaller. I want to make a new kind of inner joint, so I'm covering these two guys, and I can delete these faces. So now the two legs are completely, you know, hidden from this one, and for this reason, see, for this reason I don't need these faces anymore because we don't see them. So I can just do now a cut. I do cut. I take it and unfold it, rotate it as it's, you know, vertical, and it's cool. See, super easy. Now I could do the same thing. I could, you know, duplicate this, but it's just so easy. So I'm just gonna redo it. I've got this guy here. I select, maybe I isolate it with Control 1, and I select the top faces, Control 1 again, and I select this edge and I do cut, cut, unfold, unfold, or from here unfold. You make it, you know, vertical. Let's see. I think it should look okay. Ooh, it's huge. Yeah, this looks okay, but take a look. I noticed that this is not in the center. I don't like it, so I take everything, W, and I move it like this. So we are like nice and consistent. So you see, when you do UVs, you could notice something in the model, and you can fix it after. So we have this. This is done. This one now. I already have my projection here. So in this case, first of all, we don't need this. Why? Because when we do the UV of this, we can just duplicate it. So the UVs I select this one, and then let's see now. I select this one and this one, and I do cut. So I'm left with the stripe. For the stripe, I can maybe select the bottom, the one that are hidden, and do another cut. In this case, it unfolds correctly. See? Brr. Good. So the top one now. I've got this and this. Let's see, I do modify, unfold, and let's isolate this for a moment, and let's see what we have. I lay out them. I think it's cool. I think it's cool, Good. We are cool. I mean, I think it's good. I did a layout now just to see all the UVs together with the same size, texture size, because it's not easy if you have one that is bigger. You see, if you have one that is bigger, it's not easy to evaluate. So that's why I did it. Okay, but this one is good. I duplicate it, I rotate it, I think 180 degrees. It should be 180, and then I move it like this, and it's done. This one, easy. Control 1. I select this edge. Oh no, actually, I think this. I already have a cut. You see, so I just need to check. Yeah, you see, I got some transformation going on. I freeze the transformation, and I do unfold. So now this is more like it. Okay, so now this is good. Spam. So we have this, 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 this. Now this one is the same as this one, so I could probably just duplicate it, but it's also true that this is a bit different, and I don't want to when you are reusing models, you don't want to push it too much, because it's not great, because the bevel has some sort of feel to it. If you distort it a lot, you lose it. So in this case, you know what, I'm just gonna redo it. So I got this dude here, and I apply the same process of the other one. I select this, no, this one, sorry, this one. I do cut, I UV shell, select, right click, UV shell, select all, and do unfold. But this one, mistake, I forgot something. So I'm gonna run a cut where we don't see it too much. So I think here is better. So this, and this. Cut, unfold, and we have it. Another smile. But this is, I think, a crazy smile, because one eye is bigger than the other. Take a look. Ooh. Good. Okay. So we're cool. We are cool. Super cool. Let's keep going. I isolate this. Is one of those elements, the connection. Again, I don't really need this thing here, because we don't see it, so we can hide it. I mean, we can remove it completely, so we have less UV to deal with. Bam. And we don't see the border. If it was like this, I don't think it's good. You should make sure that it goes in, so we hide the emptiness, because this is empty. It's not like a plausible geo. Okay. I think we can. Now this is more of a cube. It's not like a cylinder. So I want to select this and double click shift this and deselect these two. So I'm left with this, the top. So I have four cuts, and I do cut, and then I do UV shell, unfold, and see, it's like a box, like an origami box, because this is like a square. So square things usually, you know, work like this. This was still square in nature, but it's still like a cylinder, so it's very long, and so we can just make one cut and unfold it, and it then look like this. But in this case, I've got, you know, this shape. It's more like this, and then it, you know, it's looking nice. Moving on, this one, again, also this one, we don't need that inner face really, because, you know, it's completely inside our friend, the cube. So I just select this, let me hide that, this, and also this one was like kind of bevel I ran afterward, okay? But basically it's like this. I even remove here, bam, good. So let's see this one, and to move quick, you see I don't see it here, I press F and I frame it. So easy, this one is super easy. I do it on the bottom, cut, and then I unfold and take a look. Piece of cake, spam. Looking nice? Yeah, looking nice. Good, let's keep going. This one, yeah? This one, easy, it's kind of similar like this, isn't it? So first I want to remove the top because I don't need it. Take a look, it's hidden, so amazing. I selected the bottom loop, cut, and then I run a bevel where I don't see it, and I think here I don't see it much because in the back, you know, we could see this robot from the back, but from the side is a bit hidden from, you know, the joint and a bit the arm. So I can select actually this thing here, this and this, cut, and then I do an unfold. Take a look. This is a crazy smile, super round. It's not great. It's not great that it's so round. I mean, there are ways to fix it in the UVs, but in this case, you know what? I'm cool. It's good like this, okay? And the texture should still look nice. I don't like that it's behaving like this. It's not good, guys. This should be like a stripe. Should be like a flat rectangle, okay? But mine is a bit funky sometimes, and you don't always get it. So there are ways to do it, but it takes time, and you know, for this demonstration is easy. When we do more advanced UV practice, maybe we, you know, we do it, but in this case it's cool. So now we are at no, let's do the arm first. So I've got these fingers here, okay, and I basically did one is basically cylinders, but the top one is I think I did it in the tutorial, didn't I? Yeah, I should have done it. Yeah, I do it, see? But basically I think it's best practice after you combine it to then do the UV and then duplicate it, because now I've got three. I know that this tree looks okay, but you know, I want to you know, I don't want to work too much, so let's do like this. So I've got this dude here, and let's, you know, if you do face and control 1, you can still, you know, isolate it a bit. You still see the rest if you're in UV space, but it's cool. I select this and this, cut, and then I select another one, cut, done. And the UVs for this, guys, are done, okay? I unfold it, take a look. We have the same face kind of deal with the eyes. This one is not really happy face, he's looking at me like a frog, like saying, what are you doing? But anyway, so the others, we got the bullet shaped ones. So let's do this. I then, you know, case control 1, I do one cut here, and this will be a bit different, you know, because then I will do another cut till here, and I think this should unfold okay, should be okay for today. I don't want to have another cut here where the sphere starts, so I prefer to keep it simple. And then unfold again, and let's run the checker. Yeah, it should be okay, you know, it's fine. So let's move on, control 1, let's do this, same deal. Then I go from the hidden part and I do cut, and I select all, unfold, see? And this one is super easy. They should be okay. If I run the checker, yeah, lovely, cool. Now we need to remove this tree because I don't want to do extra work, and I want to now take some decision, because we got this dude and he needs to be consistent, needs to make sense in the arm, because we want another set of we want a set of 3. So I do Control D, and then I need to rotate it, and this rotation might be a bit clumsy, guy. Probably is not the best way to do this in this case, but again is okay. Sometimes you need to, you know, kind of make it happen in some alternative ways, okay? But probably if you model this, you will probably model it from the vertical, and then you will bring all of this in position. But it's okay, I mean, it's fine. So I just rotate it and moving it really. Yeah, kind of thing. Yeah, I think it's cool. I mean, I'm cool. Again, I rotate it. Brr. This should be the opposite of this one, so I'll be quick, okay? I'm not gonna be perfect. If you want to do it perfect, be my guest, but I will be chill. Am I recording? Because sometimes it's not recording. Okay, I hope also the audio is good, because this video is, you know, taking some time now. Yeah, cool. Take a look. Bam. We have it. Yeah, this is the hand. Take a look. We did it. I did the UVs in one. What is this? We did the UV in one. I open the UV editor, and all of them layout, all of them you see are cool. They're all cool. Good. Let's do this. Again, this is a kind of cylinder. So I try to do one cut here, very hidden, cut, and then another cut here, cut, and then I got left these two should unfold perfectly. And now you remember what I teach you. So let's go here, is it what I teach you the other time when we do UVs. So it's a cheeky, you know, solution. If you double click here, you see it's gonna end in the other, when the other shell starts. See, it's finishing there. Because otherwise I need to manually select all these edges, and in this case it's not easy. So if you do like this from the UV space, you know, it will stop, you know, where the cuts are. And I do cut, and I select this, and I do unfold. See, at the end is always the same thing, and this unfolds really nicely actually. I don't got any smile kind of stuff. Take a look, super nice. I unfold this other two, unfold, layout, let's see, it looks perfect. Cool, let's move on. Now this one, the gear, let's see. Okay, I know how to do it. I select this, no, actually this and this, and then I select this and this, and I do cut, and then I select a hidden one for this. Is also like a cylinder, this guy is still the same principle. See, I've got one cut here, and this is a stripe, and these are the two tops. So I select everything, and I do unfold, See, I got a big, this is a kind of, you know, kind of a smile situation, see? The only thing is that we have this one, this one, I mean, is really irrelevant to be honest because it's so small, but I do cut as well. Unfold, and see this unfolds weirdly. You know what? I could actually sew back. I sew this back to the other, to this, and unfold, and this is good. I mean, this is cool. Okay, look at this weird face. You can create weird emoji with the UVs. Yeah, let's see how it looks like. Let's do a layout so it looks okay. I did like this, okay, so basically this is the quick way. Shift, right click, layout, layout. It's like you are in the Far West and you need to draw your gun quicker. So tuck, 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 tuck. Oh, no, you see I will be dead now because the other guy shot me. So shift, right click, layout, layout. Cool, let's see. Yeah, nice, perfect. Let's move on. The stick. The stick is easy. The stick is easy. I don't need the top and the bottom. So take a look. I select everything and I shift select the center. So I just got the caps and I remove them. Bam. Then this one I think is quite hidden from that thing, from the helix. I do cut, unfold, and let's see. Well, I think it looks okay. Yeah, perfect. The helix, this one is probably gonna be a bit tricky, isn't it? But I think we are more cool than the UVs, so we can defeat the UVs easy. So you see these caps, I don't need them because I don't see them, and I just double click and I select one loop inside that helix, cut seal cut, and you see I have one loop going around. Modify, unfold, and you got a long stick. Maybe we need to fix this later. We need to make some cuts because this is a bit too long in my opinion. It could mess up our UVs. But let's see how it goes. Let's see. So you see I've got the smile situation here and this is gonna do the same. So let's see. Yeah, let's do like this, okay? So first thing, I don't need the inside because this one is, you know, tab like this and remove it because it's hidden, and I could unfold this here, unfold, layout, and yeah, this, I mean here there is distortion, okay? We should do another cut, and you know, but you know, in this case I will leave it. Alright guys, if you want to do perfect UVs, I think you got enough knowledge by now to kind of do your own things. Okay, so we got the first part done. Also this one is done, I think. Yeah, now the body, control 1, isolate it, and now I cannot delete the caps, but I can, you know, use the same kind of strategy. I select this top and this one, I do cut seal cut, and I got the top and the bottom separated, and then I do edge, I run a cut here, but you see it's selecting this edge that I don't want, but in this case it's easy to take out of the selection, and I do a cut and this, then I do unfold, and look, this is perfect, like it's a perfect rectangle. It's really the shape I wanted, and then unfold and make them, you know, like this. Yeah, cool. Layout and take a look, beautiful. Oh, perfect. Take a look, nice. This one again, I don't have the back because we don't see it, so I do unfold, I make it vertical, I do layout, and take a look. Here there is a bit of distortion, but I don't care, to be honest, it's fine. This one, let's see. This one again, I don't have a shell there, so I just need to add a cut. I will add it here. Let's see how it's looking like. Yeah, I will add it there. Katsu, cut, unfold, unfold, and it's smiley. Also, this one should be better if it's a stripe, but okay, we will learn it how to fix it later. Okay, but I think if I do layout, yeah, this should be okay. This one, let's see. Again, I don't think I need this part. I don't think, so I select all these faces. I didn't remove them. And now take a look, I select this part here, and I do a cut. Katsu, cut. And then I do unfold, and we have it. Layout, and it looks fine. This one, let's see, this one. Oh no, we already did it. Yeah, cool. This dude here also. First thing first, we don't need this. Go away. This should already be ready because I can unfold it flat like a piece of paper. Unfold, layout, and take a look. Perfect. So at the end, it's super easy to do UVs, really. Okay. So now, I'll post the videos. I think it's everything. We have everything, isn't it? I'll post the video before we do the layout in order to have the model ready for Substance Painter. I want to duplicate this on the other side, but I wanted to do it in a new video. Okay, so in the next video we you know, mirror this left side on the right, and then we do the layout and it's ready to go. Okay, I save it, is a good habit, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay.